All right, guys. So, what I want to talk to you guys about today is emotional control. Why is that so important? Why is that going to help in your lives, your dating lives, your business, your finances? Why is that so useful? Why how is that going to help you, right? So, let's talk about kind of what it is, right? Um it's a simple thing, right? It's basically just being calm under pressure, right? So, if you ever find yourself in like a stressful situation where like situation not things aren't going your own way, the way you want it to be, and maybe you're dealing in a hostile environment with violent people, for example, even a situation where your life might be on the line. Now, not to say that I've been in those type of situations to that extent, obviously not, but it still, it still shows how important just the idea of emotional control really is per se, right? It's a very important concept, and it's going to help you in so many areas of life. One way you gotta look at, okay, emotional control. Hey, am I calm? Am I controlled? Am I relaxed? Right? Am I deep breathing? Am I breathing deeply? Am I relaxed? So these are things you want to look at. Now, now a couple things. So how do you develop it? Right? Let's talk about how can you develop emotional control. So number one thing that comes to mind, obviously, meditation. Now, obviously, there's some controversial takes there, but meditation in general will help you in so many ways. Now, Derek Moneyberg, he will recommend maybe like, only do it for like 15 minutes, for example. Don't do it too long, right? Because it might cost you some potential money in other areas, which I see what he's talking about, especially if you're someone who's like a multimillionaire or billionaire who tends to operate at a very, very high level. And that's okay. So, yeah, meditation is one thing. Second thing I would think of is vocal projection. So, how does vocal projection really help emotional control? Well, you kind of follow a 10% rule. You follow a 10% rule, which kind of shows you, hey, you just got to speak a little bit louder than 10% of the environment that you're in, so that you're speaking clearly, right? And it has a direct impact on your emotions, and it's almost signals to your brain to just like relax and put your emotions in that controlled state, where you're a lot more calmer and relaxed, right? So that's another thing you could do, vocal projection. Another way I really like personally, that's something that really helped me out, was progressive desensitization, right? Um, I wasn't very grounded. I'd get nervous. Let's say if I was around someone I really liked or was really attracted to, I would lose my cool and I wouldn't be able to maintain composure in front of them, right? So I would kind of look at that. I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? How do I do this, right? And what I would do, I would expose myself to those situations time and time again and multiple fucking times. And just by doing that alone, it put me in a state of like desensitization. And that was kind of really cool, right? Because I was desensitized. I became a lot more desensitized to those situations, and where I had a lot of social anxiety. And over time, I noticed the more that I would go in those type of environments, the more I'd go to those situations, I would not have those problems. Like a lot of those problems that I was having regarding social anxiety, feeling nervous, my emotions being all over the place, they also started to calm down. So personally, that's a really good method that I used to get over that social anxiety and gain that control and calmness of impact over my emotions. So that's one, those are, like three of many ways that you can develop, emotional control. Now there's many other ways, and we can talk about this in future, but so far let's work on these for now. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out.